Light first enters the eye through the cornea, which bends the light to provide focus. The cornea in this diagram is yellow. Then the light passes through the pupil, which is the purple circle, which is also the opening controlled by the muscles of the iris, which is a colored muscle that dilates or constricts in response to light intensity and even to inner emotions. The iris in this is green. The pupil changes size according to the amount of available light. Next, the lens, which is located behind the pupil, which is also indicated by the orange circle, focuses incoming light rays and projects them onto the retina, which is the thin inner surface of the back of the eyeball. The retina is pink. The process of the eye's lens changing and bending to focus near or far objects onto the retina is called accommodation. Inside the retina is the fovea, where photoreceptors are densely packed. This is the central part of focus, making the fovea the highest point of visual acuity. Cones are densely packed around the fovea, which are a type of photoreceptor that detect fine detail and color in daylight or bright light. Rods outnumber cones and are located in the periphery of the retina. They are photoreceptors that enable black and white vision. Stimulating the rods and cones allow for bipolar cells to transmit information from the photoreceptors to the ganglion cells, which are the cells that make up the optic nerve and allow for the eye to communicate with the brain. The optic nerve contains bundled axons of ganglion cells that hook the retina to the brain. The optic chiasm is the point in the brain where the topic nerve fibers from each eye cross over each other. There is also one spot known as the blind spot, where the optic nerve leaves the eye, creating a space where no photoreceptors are present. Your brain automatically fills this gap in, so you assume the world continues and you're not aware that a blind spot exists. When traveling to the brain, the information goes to the brain's thalamus, which is the part of the brain where most sensory information goes to be processed. Then the thalamus transmits it to the visual cortex, which is located in the occipital lobe, the part of the cerebral cortex. Feature detectors are also present, which are cortical neurons in the brain that respond to specific features of the stimulus. Color vision happens because of two different processes, which occur in sequence. First, the trichromatic theory in the retina, and the opponent process theory in the thalamus and visual cortex. The trichromatic theory is that the retina contains three different color receptors, red, green, and blue, and when stimulated in combination, they can produce any perception of color. The opponent process theory is that opposing retinal processes, red meaning green, yellow meaning blue, and white meaning black, enable color vision. The outer ear contains the pinna, ear canal, and eardrum. The pinna is the visible part of the outer ear that collects sound and deters it into the outer ear canal. The semicircular canals, which are three loops of fluid-filled tubes that are attached to the cochlea of the inner ear, play a role in balance. The Eustachian tube is meant to equalize pressure between the atmosphere and the middle ear. Sound waves entering the ear canal cause the eardrum to vibrate. The inner ear is a tight membrane, causing the three bones of the middle ear, the hammer, anvil, and stirrup, to pick up these vibrations and transmit it to the cochlea, a small shaped tube in the inner ear. This is indicated in the diagram with a pink spiral. These vibrations are picked up from the fluid that fills the tube and causes ripples in the cochlear's basilar membrane. This is connected to the hair cells, which causes the associated neurons to become excited, and these sound waves are transduced into nerve action, bending the hair cells lining its surface. Axons of the nerve cells excited form the auditory nerve, which sends neural messages through the thalamus to the auditory cortex of the temporal lobe in the brain.